like to think that the quality of life in Gotham is really high. Like it's practically a utopia, except for the fact that some dude in a leotard is gonna blow up a building if somebody does not answer his riddle. Like there's a free clinic on every block. Like you can just walk in and Wayne Enterprises will pay for it. There's probably like 8 billion shelters in Gotham that you can just go stay at if you need to. You know that thing they do in like Sweden or something, where if a mother gives birth to a baby, they send her a box of everything that she could possibly need, and also the box turns into a crib? Okay, so that happens in Sweden and also Gotham. Wayne Enterprises has like this like job thing for cleaning up Gotham, and they don't care what your background is, but if you're willing to go around and like pick up trash, you'll be hired, and you get like better than minimum wage. You get more than that. And like, don't even get me started for the people who actually work at Wayne Enterprises. Like, somebody comes to like break in and steal something, and all the people are there like, have you seen my dental plan? I am willing to die for this job. Young Justice was a really funny TV show because it starts off by explaining to the audience why Robin isn't the leader of Young Justice, and the reason was he was too competent. What do you mean you didn't know what the plan was? I quickly blinked out in Morse code that I was gonna go follow the guy and that you were supposed to stay here and defuse that thing. You don't know Morse code? Okay, that's on me. But why didn't you defuse the bomb? Like, tell me honestly why that didn't occur to you. You don't know how? You don't know how to defuse that bomb right there. That is not a Joker Riddler bomb. That's not homemade. You can buy those. Like, that's a great value bomb. You can get that at Walmart. Okay, we're talking crime boss level. We're talking Penguin Black Mask. Okay, you buy these from the government. The government makes these bombs and you can buy them. So you don't know? No? Okay. Well, why didn't you hack into any government file and figure out how to defuse it that way? You don't know how to do that either? Well, what? You were never a bored 12-year-old with a broken leg inside of a mansion? No? Okay. So I'm gonna need you to give me a list of things that you can do, okay? Because at this point, the only thing on that list is can run really fast. And while that is useful, not helpful in every situation. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Yes, having Bruce Wayne be a terrible parent is just a bad idea, generally. But also it is so much funnier if he is an excellent, amazing parent and all of his children are just like that. You don't understand. I can never go back home for the sins I've committed against my family. But what else was I supposed to do? I was grieving the man who was supposed to love me like family, the tyrant, the Batman. And so I have to blow up a building about it. Hey son, thought I'd stop by and give you all the brand new tech we've got running around. You know, I know how much you like things that explode, so I thought I'd bring it on over. God, Dad, get out of my evil lair. I'm doing crime lord things. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you in front of all of your goon friends. I'm sorry. You know, well, I'll see you later. And no murder. At least where I can see it. Please. Oh, and Alfred's making your favorite this Sunday. So I'll see you then. All right. Here's the thing about Clark Kent's disguise, okay? Is that people already know Superman's secret identity. They do. It's Kal-El from the planet Krypton. That exploded though, so now he lives on Earth in the Fortress of Solitude. Clark Kent? I've known Clark for like 5 years. I've met his parents. I've seen his baby pictures. Okay? He kind of looks like Superman if you squint, but that's about it. You would have to be so insanely paranoid to look at Clark Kent and be like, oh my god, he's Superman. Okay? That's like if you walked into a cafe near you, alright, and you saw a barista and you were like, oh my god, that's Oscar fucking Isaac. Like, no, it's not. It's just some dude who looks like Oscar Isaac. Clark Kent is just some dude who looks like Superman. Which is why it's so funny. It's hilarious. If Bruce Wayne catches Clark Kent out of the corner of his eye, in his peripheral, alright? He doesn't even see the full face-to-face, no. Over here, he sees Clark Kent. And he goes, oh my god, that's Superman. Bruce Wayne walked into a cafe, saw a barista that kind of looked like Oscar Isaac and said, but what if it is Oscar Isaac? And the worst part? He's fucking right. It was Oscar Isaac. What is this visceral need that comic book writers have to make Batman an abusive father? Like, what is in the water? Hey, DC, quick little business call between you and me. It's actually a bad idea to make your most well-known, most popular, most identifiable superhero, who is in a league of justice, a serial child abuser. If Brad Pitt puts on glasses and works as a barista, it will take 2 seconds for people to recognize him. Yes, but that's not what I'm saying Clark Kent is doing. Clark Kent didn't put on glasses and start working as a news reporter the second Superman showed up. You fool. You imbecile. Brad Pitt gets a false identity, okay? He gets a fake identity, and he calls himself Bradley Pittson. He calls himself Bradley Pittson. Bradley gets a job at a cafe, okay? Bradley goes ahead and puts on some glasses, okay? And he goes to the cafe, and somebody's like, hey, man, you look like Brad Pitt. And he laughs. He says, ha, yeah, thanks, man. Really appreciate that compliment. And then he goes there 9 to 5, 5 days a week. Monday through Friday, for 5 goddamn years. And then you talk to one of his coworkers, they don't think he's Brad Pitt. People always argue about, like, Batman is the real person, Bruce Wayne is the secret identity. They do the same for Clark Kent. None of that matters, because at the end of the day, Clark Kent didn't decide to be Superman at 3 years old. Okay, so Clark Kent is a solid identity. It's a solid alibi. Nobody thinks Superman has a secret identity is the first thing, but the second part of that is that they know Clark Kent. He has a birth certificate. He has parents. He talks about his high school and college friends. You've seen his baby photos. Even if you were like, no, I'm great at recognizing faces, you would not think your good pal, buddy pal, picture any of your coworkers. Okay, pretend they're Superman. No, they're not. That doesn't make any sense. And even if you were like, no, somebody would walk up to him and be like, no, you're Superman with glasses on. I know it. And he pulls out his birth certificate. What are you supposed to say about that? Clearly he lives on Earth. It says so on the fucking birth certificate. You know who doesn't have a birth certificate? Superman. I also saw people saying that. They'd be like, yeah, but he's 6'5" and he's like super strong and stuff. It doesn't matter. You've met his parents. It doesn't matter. Okay, so like this is actually a valid question. I assume he does because you need a birth certificate to do anything in the US. So Mom and Pa Kent lived in the middle of fuck off nowhere. So what I'm assuming happened is depending on how young Clark looked, they could maybe pass it off as Ma having an at-home birth and just not telling her doctor that she was pregnant or had a baby, and then being able to go in and be like, oh, we had a baby at home. Did we forget to mention that? But also I'm thinking about it and I'm like, if a random couple walked into a hospital and were like, oh, this baby? No, we had him at home. Can we have the paperwork now? There would be some fucking questions. But they are in the middle of nowhere and they're like, oh, we just did it at our farm because we're farmers. And like, as somebody who lives in a city has never been to a farm before in my life, there's something in my hair, I would be like, yeah, okay. No, you just did it. Yeah, you were on your farm. You just did all that on your farm. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Or Ma and Pa Kent just did some real illegal shit. One or the other. Those are just my theories, though. I can't believe you won't kill the Joker. It's really selfish of you, Batman. I am a volunteer. I don't get paid to do this. In fact, I'm spending money to do this. Like a lot of money. I'm spending a lot of money to do this. I'm literally risking my life. This is only so bulletproof. Okay, a lot of this is spandex. I don't see you running around in little tights like I am. Okay? Talk about selfish. Where are you? There is a 13-year-old little girl out here, right now, running around in tights. In tights. And you're like, why don't you kill a Joker? Why don't you do it? You're a grown-ass man. I don't have to do this. I could quit right now. Right now I could quit. All right? I'd leave you to the GPD. You want that? No. Because they're not going to do anything. They're not going to kill the Joker either. Right now, I'm standing in between you and a bunch of crazy people. Like, why don't you kill the Joker? I could choose not to save you. You know what I get for this job? Pain. Emotional, physical. I get injured a lot. Okay? I almost die a lot. I thought maybe I'd get your thanks. Maybe just a little positive joy in my life. No. See if I save you next time. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll choose not to. Maybe I'll quit right now. You want that? No. That's what I thought. Yeah. Why don't you kill the Joker? Why don't you get a job? I know you live at home with your mom. No shame in that. However, she's been asking you to do the laundry 5 times. Maybe you should do that before you ask me to do something for you, huh? How about that? You know, we really wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for your shoddy fucking moral. I'm sorry, which one of us is tyrannical gun Batman in an alternate universe? Because if I remember correctly, it's not me. That's because you're currently tyrannical gun Batman. You fucking take that back. Hey, man, thank you so much for helping us. I mean, we're lost without Pats. We can't even find Crime Alley on the map. What do you mean ooh, pause. Do you guys think it's called Crime Alley, like, legally? Is that why you can't find it on the map? Is it not called that? No, yeah, for sure. It's right next to Robbery Lane. I don't know, man. Gotham's a weird place. I kind of just assumed. This is why you guys aren't allowed in Gotham. Wait, if people nicknamed it that, why would Bruce Wayne's parents take him down that way? That doesn't seem safe. I always figured it was just like an unfortunate coincidence. Well, you see, that was the crime that happened in the alley. It's why it's called that, actually. I don't have a favorite. Oh, it's Jason. Jason's favorite. Is this a trick question? Why the fuck do you think I called Dick Golden Boy? I'm sorry, have you seen the shit Jason gets away with? If I thought I could become a crime lord without Bruce disowning me, I would have done that ages ago. And, like, way better than the Red Hood, by the way. Oh, it is very obvious that man has always wanted a daughter. So. Not me. God, no. No, Cass, for sure. Whenever I want something and I think he'll say no to it, I have Cass ask for me, because he always says yes to her. So probably Cass. Why ask a question with such an obvious answer? I am his only blood child. No, he does enjoy being in Cassandra's presence, I suppose. Wait, I'm sorry, you asked Cass? Why would you? That's gonna cause problems. I'm gonna have to fix the fucking problems you're causing right now. Look, I literally could not care less. But, like, who did she say? Oh, okay, but, like, she knows. Like, we think we know. I mean, I do know. But, like, she knows. You know what I'm talking about? Wait, she actually gave an answer? Oh, Bruce is gonna be so pissed. Not at her, though. Because she's the favorite. Oh, wait, can I change my answer to whatever she said? Because, you know, she's always right, so. I don't care what the other imbeciles in this house said. Unless Cassandra said something. Did Cassandra say something? Back out. Wait, doesn't the Batman work alone? What? No. Who told you that? We work with more people than I can count. Who told you that? He did? Oh. Yeah, that means he doesn't fucking like you guys. Guys, I try so hard, but I cannot ever say that Batman is the real identity of Bruce Wayne is the mask. I can't do it. It's just too cringy. Like, first of all, he's Batman like 20% of his time. Like he's Bruce the rest of the time. Also, I don't remember Batman's parents getting shot in the alleyway. I'm pretty sure that was Bruce Wayne, sir. Like, he has kids. He hangs out with his adopted father figure all the time. Like, what do you mean? We've seen him at home. He doesn't act like the Batman at home. Like, I don't know why people have to act like it's or. Like, it's either or. He's either Bruce Wayne or he's the Batman. Like, he's both. That's the whole point. To quote that one Tumblr post, nice dichotomy, idiot. Now, what lays outside of it? Batman fans, when you start debating who would win in a fight, him or literally anyone else. An all-powerful, all-knowing deity? That's a tough one. I mean, does he have prep time, or? Batman, when he was making the contingency plans for the Justice League. Alfred with gun. Yeah. Okay. Alfred with gun again. Okay. Alfred with gun again, but with kryptonite this time. Then for Wonder Woman, well, shit. Okay, microchip that makes her fight hallucinations until she exhausts herself and has a heart attack. Diana, quick question. Can you have a heart attack? You don't know? Okay. We'll keep it posted on that. Oh, magic. Maybe. Follow-up question. How do you do with magic? You're really adept at it? Practically a sorcerer in your own right? Okay, no. That's good to know. Hope she's just kidding. Have her fight Cass. She'll be so impressed. She wants to train her instead of being evil. Call her mom. Tell her she's marrying a man. I could give you all of the canon and comic reasons why they don't just solve poverty. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I am later. But right now, I'm just going to tell you the actual real-life reason why Batman and Bruce Wayne and Oliver Queen and all the rich guys in the Justice League don't just stop poverty and end it all. If poverty was gone, that gets rid of, I don't know, 98% of crimes. And if 98% of crimes are gone, you don't need superheroes. You kind of need to have superheroes if you want to write about superheroes. So, they need poverty. In the same way that I could give you a billion reasons why Batman can't kill or shouldn't kill or why he doesn't kill, the actual true reason Batman doesn't kill is so that they can reuse villains. The real reason Batman doesn't kill the Joker is because people like reading stories about Batman and the Joker. Okay? And they can't do that if the homeboy kills him. Okay, so we need to put him in prison instead. I mean, there are also canon reasons, okay? Like, for instance, Gotham is, like, super mega cursed. It's just super cursed. What's that? You got all of the pollution out of Gotham's water? That's great. It's actually cursed. Yeah. So it's still a problem, actually. There are just so many fucking curses. Also, while Bruce may be the wealthiest, he is not the only wealthy one. It is implied that there are at least a couple of billionaires in Gotham and like a bajillion millionaires, okay? And Bruce is the only rich person trying to change Gotham. Bruce Wayne has a lot of wealth and a lot of influence, but ultimately the elite of Gotham's wealth and the elite of Gotham's influence outnumbers his. And not only is Gotham super mega cursed, it's also super mega corrupt. In like a good percent of stories, the Penguin is the mayor. You know who doesn't want to end poverty? The Penguin. There are approximately, 3 police officers who are corrupt in Gotham, okay? And one of them is Jim Gordon. That's it. He's like the only one. There is even a secret organization dead set on keeping the Gotham's elite and the Gotham's poor. Anybody who tries to change things for the better in Gotham are just assassinated by them, usually. The only reason Bruce Wayne hasn't been assassinated is because he's also the Batman. Like, that's the only reason that fool is still alive. And there are many, many more reasons in comics, in canon, that they can't end world poverty. But the real reason is the meta reason, which is that they can't do that because then they wouldn't need superheroes. There's also the side meta reason that Batman actually didn't used to be that wealthy. He used to be like a cool millionaire, but then the economy really went to shit. So nowadays, people who are millionaires cannot be Batman. You have to be a billionaire to be Batman, so he has to be a billionaire. That's the only option. Anyways, you just need a suspension of disbelief if you want to read superhero comics. And if you don't have that, then you're not going to enjoy them. Wait, if there's been multiple iterations of the Joker, does that mean I might have actually killed this guy once or twice? I have a suspicion that, yes, 1 or 2 of them may have died in some of our interactions. What about me? Not the one You said he was fine. What? Dick, don't be ridiculous. Okay, I went to med school. He was fine. A little CPR, good as new. Alright, why would I lie about that? I'm sorry, are you guys implying that he killed... Okay, moving on from that thought, he was up close and personal with him, right? Maybe if we watch the footage from that fight, we can get some clues about... No, that footage is gone. What do you mean it's gone? Yeah, it got all, corrupted. Our uncorruptible footage got corrupted? Yeah, it was really weird. I know. Okay, well... Maybe there's still some DNA evidence in the alleyway where the fight took... No, there was a fire. A fire. Yeah, big one. right after the incident. So, yeah, bummer, you know. Bruce, you did revive him, right? Of course I did. I said I did. Didn't I? Why would I lie about that? It just so happens that all evidence that you were there vanished. And that there was even a crime there. It just all went away. It's really weird. Listen, I'm not one to tell people how to view Batman, okay? But I'm gonna let you know that he has a direct blood relation to Morgan Le Fay. What's that? Oh, of King Arthur? Well, yes! That also means that, depending on the mythology, he has a direct blood connection to the Fae. He's part Fae. Yeah, I believe he's also Zatanna's, childhood best friend. They're childhood best friends, so he believes in magic. His best friend does magic. He just doesn't do it. In fact, my favorite headcanon is that he doesn't do magic because of the Fae thing, and so, it goes weird with him. He has used magic in some of the comics, but ignoring that. I think it's funnier if somebody tries to use magic on him and it goes all fucky. Because, he's also from Gotham, which is super ultra mega cursed, right?
And also he's part fae, and like that just makes, so somebody like cast a spell of shrinking on him, and like he just starts emitting smoke, and they're like, what the fuck? Somebody's like, I cast spell of death on you, and then his can bursts into flames, and he's like, well, it doesn't hurt, so I'm going to ignore that. Somebody's like, we should cast a quick little healing spell on Batman, he seems pretty injured. And then his nails are painted. And they're like, how the fuck? This also works as a reason why he doesn't do magic, because magic in the DC universe is like wizard magic, where you actually have to like study and be good at it. Like there's some natural talent, but also you have to study and be good at it. And if that was the case and he could just use magic, he would. He's the Batman. He'd figure it out pretty easily. But not if he gets all fucky-wucky with magic. And like when he has casted spells, he's been like good at it, so. But that's also funny, that's the reason he doesn't like sorcerers to me. If he's like, no sorcerers, I don't trust them in their wizard magic. But in his head, he's like, things will get silly if a wizard comes, so we can't let them. It also makes sense why he can kind of sense like ghosts and shit sometimes. Has like a strong mental barrier. He isn't easy to possess or anything. I also like to think that most Gothamites are just like a little resilient to psychic things, because they're always dealing with like first super mega cursed city they live in, right? But also like the poison ivies, the fear toxins, the Alice in Wonderland got, like all of those people all fuck with your head. And so they're all just like a little better at resisting it. Because, I know people are gonna hate that because, like, Batman has to be 100% human, whatever. But I'm not the one that gave him a direct blood relation to Morgan Le Fay. I didn't do that. I'm just letting you all know about it.
This isn't a safe space for you. Listen, I'm ride or die for Batman, okay? Anything bad about him is bad writing, and anything good about him is his actual character. Like, he's been through a lot, okay? Leave him alone. Okay, but actually on a for real note, it makes a lot of sense that Batman has to, like, over-prepare his kids for, like, everything because they're human, right? Like, they can't be right 99% of the time, because 1% of the time, that means death. That means, like, dying, right? Right, so for instance, if they're in some sort of temple or something, and they don't speak the language, so they go down the wrong tunnel, and it collapses, like, that's a problem. Right? They're not part Superman where it's like, oh, it collapsed, but I'm fine now because I healed. Like, they heal like people. They don't heal like superheroes. An excellent example of this is actually Jason Todd, wherein not only would he have gotten out of the building if he chose not to save his mom, like, he would have been fine. Because he would have gotten out, because he knew how to get out of the situation. So he would have gone out before the bomb went off if he decided to be a bad person, not care about his birth mom, right? Not only that, but also, that's the only reason he survived waking up in his coffin, is because he used his Batman training to dig himself out, okay? And then he used his Batman training to survive on the streets. Like, without that, Jason's resurrection would have ended very quickly because he would have suffocated underground. You don't have to like Batman, and you can incorporate every single piece of bad writing that's ever been written about him and, like, choose that as your canon. That's totally cool. However, him making sure his kids are, like, super duper prepared is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. My favorite little Robin headcanon, any of them, pick one, is that their teammates are constantly waiting for them to fail at something. Not because they want them to fail, but because he's 10. And surely there is something that this little boy doesn't know. Alright, good news. The writing above the temple is ancient Stardew. Bad news. Only about 10 people could recognize it, and only about 5 could give a semi-accurate translation of what it says. It says we need to go down the left tunnel. How much longer? Man, this piece of code is like a masterpiece. It's the only way I can describe it. It's so complex and intricate. If Oracle was here, 15 seconds. At the rate I'm going, 30 whole minutes. Okay, so psychic teammate, you want to use your psychic powers to break the telepathic hold that's on that shark that'll make it eat us if we step in the water. That's a good plan. Might even work. But also, you will never believe what I packed today. You got the relic from the ancient civilization? Cool, let me take a look at it. Huh. No, it's just, I don't know what language that is. Like, I don't, well, maybe, wait, it might be, no. Okay. Well, look it up. You want me to look it up? If I don't know it, the internet doesn't know it. So that, okay. I'm gonna call Dick. How am I doing? Oh. I'm good. I've been staring at this piece of code for 2 days straight now. I think it might be alive. And I think it doesn't like me and it's taunting me. I'm gonna try for 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna send it to Oracle. What's the plan? We are in a tiny wooden shack in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by an army with 50 billion people in it. The plan is I hit my distress beacon and I hope Batman comes before I die.
People are always like, why is Batman there when there's like a giant alien invasion stuff? Like, what's he gonna do? Let me set the scene for you. Right. Giant alien army. Not really my area of expertise. So I think I'm gonna go to Gotham and be like ground coverage, save random civilians and stuff while you guys deal with that. Well, we're gonna have to get rid of the entire army anyways. So why would we split up? Why not just stay together? No. What do you mean no? Well, there's like 50 billion aliens and one ship. And they can't all fit in there. So clearly they're being like made or born in there. It's like literally a mothership. So it doesn't matter if we get rid of all the guys on the ground, they just make more. Well, I knew it was a mothership, right? So I was gonna go up there and like punch it really hard. So you can go back to Gotham. Okay, well, the government, like all of them, already tried to blow it up with nuclear missiles. So did you think that your one fist causes more damage than a nuclear missile? Well, I mean, it could. It doesn't. It does not. Okay, well, all I could have done was run at it really fast, which would have been dumb. Yes, it would have been dumb. Right, yes, it would have been. So do you have any suggestions at what we should do? Right. Well, based off the information I can get by using my fucking eyes, I would probably go into the ship and then, like, blow it up or turn it off or something. Well, if the bomb didn't work on the outside, why would it work on the inside? Because generally, we defend things from the outside. Because that's where the people try to get us from. Not from the inside. Because that's where we are. So if we go to the... Actually, I think I'm going to stay. I've decided I'm staying.
Digging out of the grave, was it muscle memory? I did read this comment, actually. I haven't read a lot of comics, but I did read this one. He is, like, thinking when he's in his grave. He realizes he's in his grave. He calls out for Bruce. He looks for his little bat utility pocket knife. He can't find it. And he's like, but I carry this on me everywhere. And then he eventually uses his belt buckle to break through the wood and dig out. You'll notice that, like, none of those things are really zombie-ish, right? It's only when he's out of the grave that he kind of goes, like, brain dead almost. So it's when he's out of his grave and in some random alley somewhere where somebody tries to mug him, and that's when muscle memory kicks in and he does his little Robin moves, and he has, like, no cognizant thoughts at whatever. That's when Talia finds him and recognizes the little moveset, and then she takes him to the fucking League of Assassins, and only towards the end of his stay there does she throw him in the Lazarus Pit and then basically send him straight to Gotham, okay? So he was there for a minute and then got put in the Lazarus Pit. Before that, she was just trying to fix his brain like normal person way. Now, why is he cognizant at first and then not later? Great question. This comic leaves a lot of stuff real murky between, like, what happened after Jason died to before becoming the Red Hood, right? Because, like, a lot of that is, like, why didn't he just go find Bruce, right? Fun fact, including how Jason actually came back to life. There is no reason given in comic that is definitive of, like, this is how he came back. It's actually specifically stated in that comic that Lazarus pits don't bring somebody back from the dead. They just bring somebody back from, like, near death, right? And also, like I said, he doesn't go in there until later on, like a couple of years after he's been up and kicking. Now, technically, there are, I think, Lazarus pits underneath Gotham, maybe. But, like I said, in the comic, it's stated that that can't bring you back from the dead. There is, like, a sort of halfway answer given in which they're like, well, because he wasn't actually meant to die, as you can see in the comic panel, you know, from that vote where, like, everybody chose to kill him, right? So there's an actual comic panel, if they didn't do that, that would have been published. And so they showed that, and they're like, see, he wasn't supposed to die, and so some things get righted later on in life. It's weird. In later comics, I believe they said it was because Superboy punched the ground real hard. And that's why Jason's alive now. I prefer good old-fashioned Gotham fuckery. Gotham's some sort of eldritch being, and he's alive now. And he was cognizant, but no, he's not, because Gotham fuckery. Under the Red Hood isn't my favorite comic for characterization. I don't like the way the characters are charactering, but you really have to give it points for bringing back Jason Todd, because until that point, nobody else did that. He was dead for a minute, okay? And they were like, actually, no, he's not.
I think people have a very specific idea in their minds when they think of Tim Drake. That's not a bad thing, but most of the time it's little sad boy Tim Drake. Not a problem. I don't mind little sad boy Tim Drake. However, I do need people to remember that Jason beat his ass and he was lying there on the floor coughing up blood. And then Jason was like, so you still think you're the better Robin? And Tim was like, yes. We don't see a lot of that, Tim. I like that, Tim. I would like to see more of that, Tim. He was dying. He was bleeding out on the floor, and he said, yeah, I'm the better Robin. Next time, don't die, loser. This is also why I don't think he should ever be sad about Damian trying to off him. Instead, I think he should be, poking fun at Damian for not being able to do it. Oh, you were raised by assassins? Assassins your whole life? Oh. And you keep trying to kill me? Oh. Sounds like you're pretty shitty at it. You want to be Robin, and you can't even kill me? Please. Am I upset that you cut my grappling line? No. I'm the only Robin who hasn't died. I'm upset that you didn't try harder, okay? Clearly, I'm smarter than the rest of you.
I've talked about this before, but I don't mind talking about it again because I'm passionate about this topic. He didn't do that. He just didn't do that. First, we have to take in the context of the media. Everybody, round of applause for context. Round of applause. People take out the context of the fact that they were trying to sell comic books to kids. Okay, they take away that context, and then they have the audacity to be like, why is there a child in this? Why is a child fighting crime? It's because kids want to fight crime with Batman. And they were trying to sell comic books to children. That's why there's a kid in the media. That's the meta reason. The canonical reason is that most of the Robins, intro stories, is that they wanted to be Robins so bad that they disobeyed Bruce, and Bruce just had to make them Robins so they wouldn't die on the streets of Gotham. Dick Grayson was going to find the man who murdered his parents, and he was going to kill him. He was going to kill him, and then Batman managed to talk him down to just fighting crime in tights. That was the compromise. Jason, I think you could argue a little bit that he was the one that was most recruited, but also it is very clear that he wanted to help people, and that's a good way to do it. Tim fought his way to being Robin, and he didn't want to be Robin in the first place. Okay, it was Alfred. He's the drama Alfred. He was the one who was like, why don't you take these tights and go fight crime, Mr. Drake? And then he did. Damian, also Alfred, I told you he was the drama, also made Damian the Robin, but also he was raised by assassins, so this was the better option. I think Stephanie was just doing Tim a favor. And on the note of his other children, Cassandra also was going to be an assassin. This is the better career choice. Duke started it. He was either the leader and or started the gang called We Are Robins, I think. And it's what the fuck was Bruce supposed to do about that? So, being Robin has always been the compromise, right? Bruce would prefer if they stayed home and didn't do anything because he doesn't want them fighting crime. But comic book writers forget this. They forget that Bruce Wayne is first and foremost a helicopter parent, okay? And then they have him do things where he's like, no, forget about your history paper. You should fight crime with me as Batman. And it's he wouldn't want that. He would be begging them to please stay home. Please don't leave the house. The manor is safe. And back to Mr. Drama Queen Alfred here, okay? Because I know somebody's going to bring up that stupid fucking memorial, okay? Bruce didn't put up the memorial. Alfred did. The man who hides behind his profession to separate himself from the feelings he feels for his adopted child, basically. Yeah, that's why it says soldier instead of grandson. I think the most annoying part, though, is that because this has become so widespread, comic writers have just, gone with it for some reason. That's dumb and stupid, and I hate it. Anyways, to make a long story short, most of those kids fought their way into being Robin and, directly disobeyed Bruce when he was like, please don't fight crime, and they did it anyways. And also, the other half, it's well, it was either this or become an assassin. So, comparatively, this is the better option. It's not unfair. That's how you analyze media. Context and meta always matter, and I hate when people act like it does. If you're analyzing a character and you're analyzing a story, you have to take into account that it's fictional and also it's made to sell something. Why can't Batman kill the Joker? Because people like reading stories about Batman and the Joker. It's as simple as that. It's why it does make me really bad when people are like, Batman should just kill the Joker. And it's I don't think you understand that he physically cannot do that. We have to come up with the reason in canon for why he can't do that, because he physically cannot do that. Robin has to be in the story. He has to be in the story to sell the comic book to kids.
He has to be there. Coming up with the in-canon reason is just to make it so that there's a reason why there's a child there. But he has to be there. The problem with comic books is that they can never come up with a good enough reason in canon for why characters are doing the meta things that they're doing. And that's where a lot of problems come in. But I don't think it's fair to analyze a character like Batman on why he won't kill the Joker when that's not something the character can physically do. And this is true for every single analysis of Batman that you'll find. Why doesn't Bruce just use all of his money to solve every single problem in Gotham? Because then there wouldn't be a Batman story. So it has to be super mega cursed Gotham with a secret organization making sure everything goes to hell constantly. Why doesn't Bruce just go to therapy? Because then there wouldn't be a Batman story. Now, saying that, I don't think it's fair to the characters. However, I do think it is completely fair to tell the authors that they need to do some work to make the in-canon reasons better, because right now they fucking suck at it. So, like, the easiest one is, why doesn't Batman kill, okay? And we know the meta reason for that, but, like, the in-canon universe should be a couple of things all at once. Number one, he's traumatized. Death is scary. He saw it when he was a kid. He's scared now. Number two, it's his only line. Unlike Superman, Batman will permanently maim a fool, alright? He will cut your arm off and then you just don't have an arm anymore, okay? He's willing to go that far. Killing is his only line because that's literally the only thing that separates him from his vigilantes. His rogues. Is that he doesn't kill. That's literally the only thing separating him. And number three, Batman has the same morals as like a random person in the real world would, which sucks because he's a fictional character, so it doesn't always work out. But in theory, he believes that everybody could become a good person. Yes, even that, yep. Yes, even then, yes, even. And if the story took place in real life, a lot of his rogues would be doing better because he's doing his best to get them in a position where they don't have to do crime. But this is a fictional story, so that can't happen. Batman himself is a very suicidal character, and so his motive is that, like, why should I get to take something away from you? That's not fair. And also, as he gets better, as he gets more children, and he becomes less suicidal, he's like, oh shit, I could have missed this. I could have missed watching Dick become Nightwing. I could have missed this. I could have missed this. And so how could you possibly take that away from somebody? Comic book writers don't do this because they're dumb and stupid, and also because they want Bruce Wayne to be angry man. Kid, you're definitely not supposed to be here. Oh, gee willikers. I sure do seem to be in the wrong area. How did that happen? Yeah, I don't believe you. What are you doing back here? Tell you what, you guess what exactly is in my pockets right now, and I'll tell you why I'm back here. If not, you let me go on my merry way. Okay. Looks like 3 gum wrappers and a pencil. You cheated. I didn't. Listen here, you little shit. I don't know how, but I know you cheated. And I don't like cheaters. So I suggest you let me on my merry way before I figure out how exactly you did that. Are you threatening me? Oh, Dickie, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. Hey, B, how you been? I was trying to see if there was an ice cream vendor nearby. Is that fucking Bruce Wayne? Chum, you know you're not supposed to have ice cream before dinner. Alfred always gets mad at me when we do that. Please, 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 please. Oh, all right. Just don't tell Alfred, okay? Yes! All right. See you later, Mr. Kent. Jesus. I didn't tell you my name. This is what I think it's like to live in Gotham. I'm here to rob you. Sir, it's the 3rd Tuesday of the month. Okay? Unfortunately, we don't do robberies on the 3rd Tuesday of the month. We have our policy up here, right here. I'm sorry, what do you mean you don't allow I'm robbing you right now. I mean, I could go get my manager if you want, but she'll just tell you the same thing I'm telling you. Hey, what the fuck is taking so long? Sorry, sir, there's been a miscommunication. The man in front of you is trying to rob this bank. But it's the 3rd Tuesday of the month. I will shoot everybody in here right now if you don't give me the money I'm asking for. Okay, like I said, we don't do robberies on the 3rd Tuesday of the month. I really don't think you're picking that up. I can give you a list of banks that do allow robberies today, or like we could schedule a future robbery together, or you can even come and rob us tomorrow if that's convenient for you, but you can't rob us today. Why would I go to another bank? You would clearly just call the police. Sir, why would I do that? I'm going back to Metropolis. God, fucking tourist. Anyways, I robbed this bank last week, and the wire transfer hasn't gone through. I was wondering if you could take a look at that. Oh, of course. What's the account number? This is what I think it's like living in Gotham. Give me the code for Wayne Laboratories. Right, so company policy says I should just give you the code to reduce any personal harm that I might acquire, but I'm actually not gonna do that. You're gonna choose some rich fuck over your own life? That rich fuck got me a rent-controlled apartment. You should see my healthcare plan. It's the best, generally, including dental, by the way. And it's free. It doesn't affect my pay either. So, yes, actually, I am willing to die for this job. Okay. That's fair. But I was just gonna go steal some shit. It's not like you can't replace. Yeah, then you're probably gonna use it to, like, blow up Gotham or something. Which is where I live. So, I think I am willing to be a hero right now. You know what? I'm just gonna shoot you and then I'm gonna break down the door. Right, but I did already call the police. So I'm not sure if you'll have enough time to break down the door. What, the GPD? No, they're gonna stop for lunch first. Yeah, usually. But, you're robbing Bruce Wayne. So, they'll actually be here shortly. Fuck. I'm gonna leave. This is what I think it's like living in Gotham. Hey, I'm, like, severely fucking injured right now. Good thing you're out of hospital then. Right, but I also don't have insurance or money. So, yeah, no problem. Just sign here, then it'll be free of charge. Am I selling my soul or my lung or something? No, you're just on the Jason Todd plan. The dead kid? Yeah, basically you just sign here saying you won't commit a violent crime in the next year, and Bruce Wayne just pays for it, so. Am I gonna be followed around by the police, or the GPD don't even do the bare minimum of their jobs? Why the fuck would they follow you around? Well, then how would they know if I committed a violent crime or not? We don't. It's honesty policy. So I could literally sign right there, get free medical care, and then go commit a violent crime? I mean, yes, technically, but lying on a dead kid's name who was a victim of violent crime is generally frowned upon, and this is Gotham, so if anybody finds out you did that, they'll send you right back here. So, I mean, it's up to you. Yeah, that tracks. Let's say, hypothetically, my job is kind of committing violent crimes. What do I do about that? Well, if you fill out this form, Bruce Wayne will actually just give you money until you find a job, which is nice of him. Or you could do the Joe Chill plan, which, to summarize, is you're a piece of shit, but Bruce Wayne still thinks you should live for some reason. Wait, Joe Chill, like the guy who killed his parents? Yeah. Jesus Christ. I'll take the Jason Todd plan in the other form, please. Excellent choice. If you had done the Joe Chill plan, you probably would have died under mysterious circumstances. So, this is what I think happens if you go to Gotham and you ask people about Bruce Wayne. Yeah, he's kind of weird. One time I was waiting on him at a restaurant, and he tipped me $100,000. And then he put his hand on my shoulder and looked me in my eyes and was like, "This isn't a tip. This is a gift. You can't get taxed on gifts." And then he left. So, I actually had a meeting with him one time, and believe it or not, I was late. I was mortified, and I ran in, and I was like, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Wayne, I'm blah, blah, blah," you know? And he looked at me and said in a perfect old Hollywood accent, "Darling, I've never been on time a day in my life." And then he offered me a shot of tequila. Brucey, ugh. People come here and they expect him to act like you're Lex Luthor. That boy suffered a tragedy. He was in that alleyway for 3 hours with his mom and dad going cold beside him. 10 different police officers were in the area, both on duty and off. They heard his screams and they ignored him. True tragedy. I work at the zoo and he was there with one of his kids, and he came up to me and he was like, "Can I buy a giraffe?" And I was like, "No." And then I found out later he did buy a giraffe. It's like, what the fuck do I know? This is what I think it's like living in Gotham. Hey man, I really appreciate you coming all the way from Metropolis to come visit. I know you don't really like it here. No problem. I mean, it's not really that bad. Yeah, I think a lot of people tend to exaggerate, you know? Yeah, probably. I mean, oh, okay, that guy ran past in a hurry. I wonder what he's late for. And you also ran away for some reason. Riddle me this, Batman. What the fuck? Hey man, sorry you ended up in the hospital. That sucks. Is there a reason you didn't mention seeing the guy who told a riddle and then blew me up with a bomb? I actually didn't see him. Clearly you did, because you managed to run away. No, it was, you know, that guy ran past, and so I kind of just followed suit. Some dude runs past, and that means we're about to get told a shit riddle and then blown up with a bomb. I mean, not specifically the riddle part, but generally, yeah. Okay. How was I supposed to know that? You know, if somebody's running, it's a good thing to follow suit just in case, because they're probably running from something. So, people never need to get anywhere quickly. No joggers here? There's actually places for joggers to run so they don't cause a panic. And everybody else is just kind of like unspoken, not to run unless necessary. So, this is what I think it's like to live in Metropolis. Hey, man, you're kind of late for work. Yeah, I had a kind of a bad day. Oh, what happened? Well, I was going on a jog through the poor area of town and... Oh my god, did you get mugged? What? No, I went to this convenience store. It got held up at gunpoint? Oh God, no. No, I got myself some farm fresh fruit, and then I went to my bank. You got held hostage during a bank robbery by this clown, and he kept telling you jokes, and they were shitty, but you had to laugh at them, or else he definitely would have killed you. No. Why would you even suggest such an outlandish thing? Well, the first two things have happened to me more times than I can count, actually. And the last thing actually happened to me like 4 times in 1 month. It was terrible luck. I forget you're from Gotham originally, you poor thing. Yeah. Well, anyways, you said your day was bad. That sounds lovely so far. Right, so I leave the bank and I head home and I find out that my apartment building was blown up by a giant alien space laser. My insurance doesn't cover that, which was like a big bummer. This is what I think it's like living in Gotham. Oh shit. Looks like the city's being gassed. I'm sorry, what the fuck? That was an extreme reaction. No, I don't think it was. I'm gonna see what emergency services is saying. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot you're from Metropolis. No, it's probably fine. We just gotta put on our gas masks, so. They're saying it's fear toxin? Why the fuck would I have a gas mask? I mean, because you're in Gotham? What type of fear toxin is it? There's more than one? Yes. There's a classification system. There should be a letter and a number. What the fuck? It says D3. Okay. Well then you can borrow my gas mask, because I'm actually immune to that variant, so. What? Well, as people are exposed to it, they build up tolerances to certain variances, which is why they put the variants. You guys have an immunity to fear toxin? No. Certain variances. That's why it keeps fucking changing and it's annoying. Anyways, that's why they put the classification system, so that if you're immune, you don't have to worry about it, and if you're not immune, then you know if your mask is adequate or not. This city is awful. Don't be a baby, it's not that bad. This is what I think happens if you go to Gotham and you ask people about Batman. You know he's just an urban legend, right? So I'm walking down the street when all of a sudden, this big ass bat right in front of me, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he was like, your shoe's untied. That's not safe. And I looked down and my shoe was untied. And then I looked back up, gone. Well, okay, so one time when I was doing, crime, my buddy was getting his shit rocked by Robin, like serious, right? And then he, swung at him and hit Robin in the face. And I guess it surprised him, because Robin was like, ugh. And then he just started crying, and that's when I realized, oh my god, that's like an 8-year-old little kid, right? And then, that dude got paralyzed from the neck down. In theory, I disagree with somebody taking the law into their own hands and enacting punishment on people without going through judicial, courts and stuff. But without him, we'd be left to the GPD, and that means we would all be dead. So I'm really glad he's doing what he's doing. I work at Batburger, so I actually see him, all the time. He goes in there with, mainly Robin, but sometimes some of the other ones, and, they order food and stuff, and they always ask for an extra toy on the side. And they get excited if it's, them, It's actually pretty cute. This is what I think happens if you go to Gotham and you ask about Robin. I like the one with the sword. He's pretty unique. At first you're like, I can't believe somebody's letting a child fight crime, right? And then you watch him beat the shit out of somebody and you're like, never mind. One time I was just chilling and this guy, littered while he was walking down the street. And Robin came out of nowhere and tripped him with his bow staff. So that was pretty funny. One time, he was a little blonde girl. People like to look me in my eyes and tell me that fool is human. I seen that motherfucker fly 3 minutes through the sky doing flips the whole time. Come on. I caught him smoking one time, and I told him, you shouldn't do that. It's not healthy. And he told me to go fuck myself. At first, we were like, oh my god, Robin can de-age himself. And then that blue guy showed up. And we were like, oh, Robin. So now it's kind of a fun game to figure out which Robin became who, after they tied me up for robbing a convenience store, Robin made this dumb joke, and swear on my life, dude, I saw the Batman smile. Nearly shit myself. This is what I think it's like to live in Central City. It's the place the Flash is. I got my foot stuck in this toilet. I still have half pie left, and this dog is barking at me like crazy. Wait, did you feel that? Feel what? Just now there was a breeze. Did you feel that? Maybe? Oh my god. The Flash just ran by. I didn't see him, so. He's the fastest man alive. Of course I didn't see him. You felt him. That's what that breeze was. It's also just kind of a windy day. Could have been a normal breeze. No, that gust of wind when he runs by has a certain je ne sais quoi to it. Alright, it's very specific. It was the Flash. Okay, I think it was maybe just a normal breeze. No, you had your phone out in your hand, didn't you? Yeah? Open that shit up. Go to the photo. Okay, I'm not sure what you're expecting to. Holy shit, the Flash took a selfie with. I fucking told you. How did you know? Whenever he runs by, it's different, all right? The wind is different. It's like spicy.
It's spicy?
Yeah, because of the electricity and stuff. I don't know how else to describe it. It's spicy. You just got. This is what I think it's like to live in Star City. It's where the Green Arrow is from. He's the other human in the just whatever.
Holy shit, is that an arrow?
Oh, yeah, don't worry about that.
What do you mean don't worry about it? It's literally
That's a weapon. Well, yes, technically. But they're kind of all over the city, so you can just ignore it.
your guy just leaves his arrows everywhere?
I mean, he gets most of them, but they're kind of small, you know? He's shooting them all over the place. He's bound to lose a couple.
You said they're all over the city.
Yeah, well, if he loses a couple each fight and he fights all the fucking time, starts to add up.
Okay, no, I get that, but that feels really unsafe for him and everybody involved, actually.
Oh, what? The fucking bat doesn't leave any of his little batarangs around?
No.
Wait, for real?
Yes? They explode after a certain amount of time, so rogues and civilians can't get their hands on it.
Okay, well that seems like a little excessive.
No, it's really, there is an arrow on the floor right there. There is a children's park right over there. Somebody could get hurt.
Okay, you know what? He does the best he can, alright? Somebody almost blew up that children's park the other day. He took care of it with the arrow. And so he forgot that one. Who cares?
Okay, that's fair, but maybe also have some standards.
Alright, first of all, everybody knows the bat is some supernatural cryptid deity, alright? Our guy is just a dude in a suit, alright? Lay off.
Alright, let me get out the presentation. Again. The problem is we live in a world where our billionaires suck ass, okay? Because here's the thing. Bruce Wayne is funding every single social program inside of Gotham, all right? Like all of them. And he is trying his best to make this place a utopia. And it's not, because there's crazy people who live there and also a secret organization doing their best to make it the worst place to live. Anyways, not the point. The point is, the people of Gotham see this. If you're getting your healthcare from random brand who's doing it for free and out of the goodness of their heart, you might be incentivized to buy things from that brand. The society we live in right now sucks. Working sucks because billionaires and bosses don't care about you. Bruce Wayne cares deeply. All right? He's giving his workers good pay. They get free healthcare. That includes dental. That includes eye stuff. That includes everything. And it's like, yeah, if I had that kind of care from my boss, my billionaire, I'd put more energy into my job. I'd put more effort and energy into my job than maybe I would be expected to right now. So it doesn't really matter how much he's spending because the people of Gotham are seeing this with their own eyes. And after you've been helped by something delivered to you by Wayne Enterprises, chances are you're going to try and pay it back because that's what people in the normal world do. If I go through some sort of emergency medical situation and it is completely paid off by Bruce Wayne, I might be more incentivized to buy something Wayne Enterprise creates rather than any other brand, even if the Wayne Enterprise stuff is more expensive, which it probably isn't anyways. It's probably the cheapest option. The couple of reasons why Bruce Wayne is still a billionaire is because people will put money into somebody who's doing their best to put money into them. That's how society works. There's some meta reasons as well. He's Batman. He has to be able to afford all this stuff. Batman's rich. He has to be a billionaire no matter what. Like, it's still a fictional story. Like how Gomez Adams is still a billionaire no matter how hard he tries to spend all of his money. And he's still going to be a billionaire no matter what. It's kind of like a curse. It's kind of like that too for Bruce.
I want to say you make excellent points. And I like that you mentioned that because it's a fictional universe, nobody really cares that Bruce Wayne is a billionaire, or at least they shouldn't. But you're talking like in a real world sense how this would actually work. A lot of people have mentioned that I'm basically talking about trickle-down economic. And I am kind of, but it's interesting that you mentioned a couple of things that I kind of wanted to touch on. Because now it's got me thinking of how you could physically offload $1 billion, because that's a lot of money, and how would you have to make it so that doesn't come back to you if you were doing it in a very socialist, society-focused way? Right? Because if he has the same wage, let's say, as all of his employees, he's only getting the same benefits as them, nothing necessarily extra, maybe enough to cover the cost of Wayne Manor and Batman stuff. How does he get rid of the rest of his money without it coming back? Because I'm suggesting that when he puts all of this effort into the society, into the community of Gotham, they're gonna pay it back, right? Like I said, I would buy Wayne Enterprise stuff because Bruce Wayne cares about me. He gave me my medical leave. He did all of this for me, so I'm gonna pay it forward. Like I'm saying, no matter what, those stocks are going up. And in theory, he has to keep the stocks of Wayne Enterprises, mainly him, because of everybody trying to fuck with him constantly. So that means value-wise, worth-wise, the value of those stocks are always going to be super duper high. Again, I'm not disagreeing with you or anything. Like, I totally agree with you. There's no such thing as a good billionaire in the real world, right? But it did make me wonder, how could Bruce Wayne, being the best billionaire he could possibly be, how could he actively and realistically get rid of his entire wealth? Not all of it, but like
go down to like a cool multi-millionaire instead. This is what I think it's like to live in Gotham, except with a mean girl who's not actually a mean girl. And so I looked at him and I was like, I would much rather be kidnapped by Calendar Man because at least he's not a fucking incel loser. And then he started crying. And I was like, haven't you been to prison before? I didn't realize I needed to be nice to you. I'm sorry, what was that? There are bombs going off all over the city constantly. I'm gonna need you to speak up. You want me to watch your shit for you? Oh, you're not from Gotham. No, that wasn't a question. It was a statement. Yeah, you should never trust anybody in Gotham for anything, ever. Actually, I was going to be specific there, but it's very general. You should never trust anybody in Gotham. Why? Well, because they're goons and henchmen and, like, criminals and stuff. Am I a goon, henchman, or criminal or something? Well, I guess it depends on your definition, right? Because, like, well, you're not from Gotham, so that plays a big role in it. Because if you ask anybody from Gotham, their answer would be no. But I do moonlight for Poison Ivy occasionally, so for you, that might be a yes. Yeah, because she's not a criminal. Yeah, I know she does criminal activities. She's an eco-terrorist, which I still feel like is pretty harsh. Like, have you seen the environment recently? She's a political activist. Like, clearly we need to do something. But, you know, whatever. I'm not a lawyer.
I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. Pretend this is the first time you're seeing this video. This is what happens when you learn more about the lore and Batman comics. Oh my god. Well, hello to you too. I'm sorry. It's just you're potent in my father's energy. What the fuck did you just say to me? You've bathed in the Lazarus pits before? I mean, yeah, but what does that have to do with anything? My father created them. Talia has a sister? Who? You said you were Ra's al Ghul's kid. No, my father is Trigon. I don't know who that is. Your people know him as Satan. And what does he have to do with the Lazarus pit? He created them. He's the demon part of the whole demon's head. Huh. You think that get brought up more? What would happen to you if you went to the League of Assassins then? Because you're his kid and all. A fascinating question. I suppose it depends on how much the League actually does with controlling demons. And if that would affect me as I'm half human, or if it would affect me because I am Trigon's daughter, the strongest demon there is. Perhaps if I went there surrounded by my father's energy, I would lose myself completely to my demon side. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Or nothing could happen. I don't know. You're right. It never really has been brought up. This is what I think happened when Batman got introduced to Starfire. So, your girlfriend seems nice. Do you disapprove, Bruce? No, of course not. She just seems really, bright. What, you don't like her? She's not goth enough for you? I didn't say that. Feels a little implied. Hello, friends. I acquired a criminal, and I know you disagree with the killing of the people. So I thought, why don't we do what we used to do on my home planet, where we would tie each limb up to a glorgabloop, and then we would have them run in different directions, separating the limbs from the main body. Never mind. Okay, I'll get back to you, but the answer is no. You? What the fuck is wrong with you? What? Okay, she's okay with murdering people. You hate that. And also, we're not supposed to maim people, Bruce. Well, no, but, she's got grit, so. What? Look, Dick, you grew up in Gotham. You do your whole Bloodhaven thing now. You can't have a girl who is gonna get chewed up and spitting out by those cities. Alright? She seemed a little bright at first, but clearly, she can handle herself. So, good enough for me. This is what I think it's like to live in Gotham. Not to worry, citizens. I, Superman, have apprehended the bank robber. You're all safe now. Why are you here? To apprehend the bank robber, and you couldn't, do that somewhere else? Did you not want to be saved from the robber? I mean, yeah, sure. But, not necessarily by, you. Right, I forgot. No metas in Gotham? No, we fuck with metas. Heavily. They just have to be, from here. You reek of Metropolis. I'm sorry, you didn't want me to save you because I'm from Metropolis. Yeah, it's not even really that. It's just, the whole vibe that you've got going on right now, My vibe. Yeah, you're wearing, bright-ass blue and red and the whole, it's not an S, stands for hope, that, it's putting me off, really. You dislike me because I wear bright colors and I represent hope? Yeah. Well, what about Robin? Well, he's a child, first of all. Second of all, it's he's not, you're all right. I feel like you're gonna you have ulterior motives. Are you gonna mug me or something? I don't. This is how I think conversations go in the Justice League. Look, you don't have to give up your entire city, but if you let us help in Gotham, we might be able to do something. It's haunted right now. What? Gotham? It's haunted right now. That's what I'm dealing with at this very moment. It's haunted. Poltergeist type shit. You know how to deal with that? Ghosts are real? Apparently. Well, I
I mean, I can speak Latin, so the language of the dead is actually fundamentally different from Latin, which is annoying. Right. For sure. I could also, like, x-ray for bombs and stuff that, like, the Riddler or the Joker is doing something like that. I could do that. Whole city's covered in lead, Clark. Like all of it? Yes. Okay. I could stop a bank robbery. Are you immune to fear toxin, Clark? Not that I'm aware of, no. Do you think it's a good idea to let Superman possibly get exposed to fear toxin? Okay, I can hold my breath for a really long time, first of all. Second of all, I just won't go near the Scarecrow. Do you think he's the only one who has the fear toxin? I mean, it's like his thing, isn't it? Yes it is. And then other people steal it and use it to rob banks. This is what I think it's like if you have to work with the Bat family. Alright, and then we'll have Nightwing leading Team B. No. He's like 10 years my junior. Okay, I think we should be doing this based off seniority. Who has been doing this superhero thing the longest? Okay. Nightwing, you're in charge of Team B because you've been doing this superhero thing the longest. Never doubt me again. What the fuck? 15 years and counting, babe. You're 20-something. When did you start crime fighting? When you were 5? Actually, not that far off. Alright, kids. I am literally Superman, okay? I can hear the both of you there. Well, there's actually 3 of us, but I appreciate the confidence. I think I would know. Hey, Cass. How the fuck did she do that? We don't even know, so. I would like to go home. Red Robin, please tell me you've solved this already. Bruce, that is way too much pressure to be putting on a child. This case is practically insolvable, and you're putting it on his shoulders instead of yours. You're the world's greatest detective, and the fact of the matter... Okay, not to interrupt, but I did solve it. So, this is what I think it's like living in Gotham. God, look at the harbor. It's like, fuck, maybe Poison Ivy is onto something. We actually got a huge amount of the pollution out of the harbor, so that's it at its best. Why does it look like that, then? It's the curses, yeah. I'm sorry? Yeah, it's the curses on the water. Are you like one of those anti-science weirdos? Or... No! Oh, God, no. So, Bruce Wayne put a lot of effort into getting a lot of the pollution out of the water, but we found out it's literally cursed. Like, there's 7 of them or something. I don't know, I didn't really pay attention when that Newsday came out. It's literally cursed. Yup. Not just specifically the harbor, the whole city is, but also specifically the harbor is also cursed. Like, it's like there's a combination. I'm sorry, curses are real, and not only is the entire city of Gotham cursed, but also specifically the harbor is cursed. Yes, yeah. I think you're actually hard-pressed to find a place in Gotham that doesn't have, like, its own specific curse. You know, it's like a fun little thing. And then on top of that all is the blanket Gotham curses. There's multiple. I think The Penguin as a TV show does an excellent job of finally answering the question that so many people have of why is Gotham still like that? If Bruce Wayne is doing all of this and he's doing all the Batman stuff, why is it still like that? And it's because the corruption is fucking everywhere. It's like a goddamn mold in this place. And it's so funny. It's so funny because at the end of Batman and you see Mayor Real and you see her and she's like, we're gonna rebuild. And you see Batman, you're like, yeah, Gotham's gonna do it this time, guy. Then you watch The Penguin and you're like, well, shit. Bruce, we are back to square one, my brother. Roll it from the top, Now, some slight spoilers for the show, not actual spoilers, but I'm not sure. They didn't mention at all Bruce Wayne or Batman. He never comes up once by name, at all. It never comes up that there is a man running around in a bat suit. And that's fine, but I wish we had heard more about Bruce Wayne trying to help more. Bruce Wayne the person. Because I think that was like the moral he learned at the end of Batman. It's like, Bruce, where are you? But it did get me really excited for the second Batman, because I kind of mentioned earlier how like comic books are like really camp and like ridiculous, and they're so dumb and stupid, and you kind of just gotta look past it when you're reading it if you want to take it seriously. And I wasn't convinced that the Batman's universe could do it, but when I saw Penguin in his stupid little suit carrying his stupid little top hat, not once was I like, this looks silly. I was like, holy shit, that's the Penguin. We should all be scared right now. It was so good. It took away all of my worries. This is what I think it's like to live in Gotham. Hey, is that alien invasion still going on? There was an alien invasion? Yeah, it was those little guys and they tried to like eat us, I think. I don't know. Are you saying little green aliens came down from space to come eat us? No, they were blue. Oh, those guys. I thought that was like some new penguin shit or something. No, those are aliens. You know what? I'm actually gonna check, because I wonder if that was an everywhere thing or like just a Gotham thing. I was wondering why the penguin was shooting his own little henchman. I was really fucking confused. Huh. What? Well, it would appear as though the rest of the world kind of shut down because of that. Like dystopian level nuclear bomb shit? Yeah, bunkers, whole 9 yards. Huh. Real, like full on, because Harley Quinn just went around hitting them with bats, and then it felt like they were all gone. You know what? I wonder if that's why this plant dome is here. Oh, I was wondering why Batman didn't take that shit down. Poison Ivy wasn't trying to take down the shit. She was trying to protect that sweet of her. That explains where he is, too. I was wondering where he was. He's off doing alien shit with the Justice League. Could you imagine if we lived somewhere where we had to worry about alien invasions? It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, shit, I think Scarecrow's gassing the city again.
You know, I've gotten a couple of comments saying I look like Jared Leto, which I don't really see. But, like, I'm not one to waste an opportunity, you know? Yeah, I gotta go back to Arkham soon. Holly got diagnosed with another fucking mental illness. Broke my record. Can you believe that? Every new lawyer I get talks about apologizing. Apologizing for what? I ain't never done nothing I need to apologize for. Blowing up Gotham? Funny. Killing Robin? My bad, maybe. You know, it was a spur of the moment type thing. I saw him and I was like, Robin! And then I was like, you know what would be fucking funny? And to be fair, it was, but you know, the whole thing with Bats after was, complicated. Yeah. And then the little fucker comes back, takes my name. Huh? Who fucking does that? You know, the fake media will tell you that I don't love anything. And that's where they're wrong. You ain't never seen me blow up that pizza joint on 12th, have you? No. Because I love it. Yeah, the thing about being a Gotham villain, it's really difficult, because the stakes keep fucking rising. You know, I used to steal art, now I gotta kill kids. Yeah, so then I tells him, yeah, don't lose your head. And then I cut off his foot.
I get what you're saying, but, like, he's from Jersey. Like, I understand what you're, but he is in fact from Jersey. I also love the amount of unfounded faith you guys have in my voice acting abilities.
You know, occasionally I'll be asked to join some of these villainous groups. They don't quite understand my artistry, you know? They'll say, let's blow up the planet. That's where I live. You know, those bats like to say that they represent fear, but I'm not scared of them. Except the quiet one, she's a little scared. The worst villain to work with? Probably Luther. He fucking sucks. It's a good thing it was never about the money, because you couldn't fucking pay me to work with him. You know, on second thought, it's not that funny. You know, nobody ever asks how I am, you know? It's always, stop doing that, and why would you blow up that building, and why did you kill Robin? Not everything's about you. You said airy and I just whispered. I'm sorry.
I got one comment saying that I kind of looked like Poison Ivy. This is what I think it's like to be Poison Ivy in Gotham. No, I'm not going to look at your plans right now. I am literally in the middle of kidnapping Robin. Hey, I have an idea. Let's stop throwing shit in the harbor. Anybody else? Scarecrow, I get it. You want Gotham to feel real fear, but you are polluting the air. So I am this fucking close to killing you. Like, literally in the middle of some... You have a picture? Let me see. Oh my god, what the fuck did you do? Yes, Batman, I'll admit it. I did poison and kidnap that man, and I'm planning on killing him. But he's responsible for 98% of pollution in Gotham. So... Right, I'd love to, but Harley's getting out of Arkham on Saturday. So you're gonna have to ask me, like, after Monday when she goes back in, because I'm booked for that week. Okay, why are we buying plants if we don't research how to take care of them? Why are we doing that? You're overwatering them. You didn't know you could overwater plants? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't mind working together with you guys, but if the Joker even looks at me, you know, breathes in my general vicinity, I will be using his body to fertilize my new basil plant. So, like, how important is he to this whole situation? I need you to be so for real with me right now. How the fuck did you manage to kill a snake plant? I didn't even think that was possible. This is what it's like to be Poison Ivy in Gotham. Again. Yeah, I was talking to the Riddler today. He's like, we could share the color green. I'm like, get fucked, you know? Yeah, me and Catwoman are the only sane ones in this cesspool of insanity we call a city. What about Harley Quinn? Oh, I love her, but she's not... Okay, well, did you try killing him? Because that's how I solve, like, most of my problems. No, I wasn't wearing my lipstick that time. Yeah, I just kind of smiled at him and he let me out, so... Men are just kind of stupid. Hold on, Batman, we're almost done with Robin's biology homework. So you see how the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? Yeah, I had to stop with the pollen stuff because, like, he brought a kid into it. You know, it's like you're dressed in all leather. I thought we had, like, a general rating going on here, but I guess not. So, whatever. Every day I think about killing the Joker. And every day Harley's like, oh, Red, he's fine. He's fine. He's not fine. He's not fine. So my roommate Venus was all... Who is that? It's my Venus flytrap. I haven't introduced you to. You guys just like to watch me fail? Is that it? You know, we live in a society.
Mr. Ledger, I'd like to apologize in advance.
You know, people see the Batman and they only see the surface, you know? They just see tragedy. And there's more to it than that, right? Because you gotta understand that pearls don't go flying everywhere when you rip them apart. There's knots in between each beads, which means you're lying in what used to be your mom and dad, all because somebody decided that they wanted to steal a bunch of fucking plastic from you. Talk about a joke. You know, me and most of the Gotham villains, we work well together, but there's always been a little bit of tension between me and Scarecrow, you know. You see, it's not my fault his little toxin doesn't work on me. I told him to go back to college. Contrary to popular belief, the Batman has killed me once or twice. I'm actually the 98th Joker. But nobody really knows how I'm coming back, if I'm the same guy or somebody just taking up the mantle. It's confusing to everybody involved, including me. This is what I think it's like to be Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman. You can always kill this guy, right? I don't kill people. It's the one line I won't cross. I don't think I should have that judgment over life and death. Fundamentally, I disagree, but I do respect a good warrior's code, and you, sir, are a warrior. Okay, well, I don't kill people because it's, like, bad and wrong, so... Pussy. What? I'm not completely on board with my mother's rules about Themyscira and men, but you guys have a lot of bad things that we don't have. So maybe there's something that you wish to battle me. I haven't had a satisfying warrior's fight in a long time. I doubt I'm gonna get one now. See, and what if we killed them? Oh, Batman, you misunderstand. I completely respect your warrior's code. It's why I would kill them and not you. Young warrior, please don't fret. We all have weaknesses that we must overcome to become stronger. What are mine? Well, I don't like peanut butter. Am I concerned about Robin? Of course I am. This young man is beginning to fight and train at 9 years old. I was 5. We're wasting plenty of years. And that's not normal. In my heart of hearts, she's a Bruce Wayne apologist. Well, killing isn't my first option either, but sometimes you have to do what needs to be done. Well, I refuse. Yours is a warrior's code. It's different. Do I have a problem with Robin? Why would I have a problem with Robin? Because he's a child fighting crime? Robin, do you like to fight crime? Yep. Well, then I don't see what the problem is. Looks like we're gonna need to take a trip to Themyscira. You know the rules, no men. Looks like it'll have to be me, Supergirl, and Batman. Batman's a man? Yes, but he could be a woman if he wanted to. What the fuck does that even mean? He wrote detailed plans on how to take all of us down? What? God forbid he has a hobby. So you have no formal training? No. I guess I should, but I'm really strong, so usually I don't have to worry about it, and when I do have to worry it, power of belief usually gets me through, hope and all of that. Yeah. Right, of course. When is Batman getting here? Because I cannot stand talking to you sometimes. This villain decapitated 8 people and you have yet to catch him. Do you remember my Robin that passed away? He got better. Children rebel. It's what they do. Really, I'm sure he'll come around. You'll sort this out. I think we all need to remember to be sympathetic and mindful in the future. Made myself sad thinking about Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl. I'm gonna set up a scene for you. I want you to picture a 12-year-old Kara fresh off the Kryptonian ship, okay? What's that? Oh, this is, it's a friendship bracelet. We give each other jewelry. We had those on Krypton. So it's universal? Oh, that's pretty cool. Did you have any? Yeah. I forgot to put it on before I left. I'm gonna go kill myself. Because Krypton is it's a concept to Clark, right? It's the idea of people who understood him. It's the concept of that. It was where Kara lived. She went to school there. She was 12. She was a 12-year-old little girl who lost Everybody. Everybody. A lot of the mainstream content we get for Supergirl doesn't really delve into that. Like, at all. Like, I didn't mind the Supergirl TV show. I liked it. But, you know, I found out more about the comic version of Supergirl, and I was like, oh, kind of a bummer we didn't get that version. This is what I think it's like to be Clark Kent. Hey, have we tried talking it out? Bruce, I know you don't like to talk about your feelings, but what if we did that? I have an idea. What if we talked about how we felt? What if we found a constructive way to express our emotion? We could talk about it. Use our words. Anybody thought about using their words recently? Hey, Lois, I really don't want to undermine you or anything, but I know you want that big story about that volcano over there, but I'm fireproof and you're not. So, Bruce, I really don't want to undermine you here, and I know it's your city, but I'm immune to bullets and you are not. So, I don't ever want to make anybody feel like they're less than they are. You guys are all amazing, strong, powerful people. But I am immune to most types of damage. And I feel like sometimes we forget that. Yeah, Ma, I'm okay. It's just, they really don't like talking about their feelings. You guys don't know how to milk a cow? Luther made a clone of me using my DNA and his DNA, and that basically makes it my kid? Okay. I am gonna react very poorly to this. Overwhelming bloodlust for battle. Okay. Not really the emotions I was talking about, but thank you for your contribution, Diana.